I'd like to mention that this whole workshop has been an experiment that the coronavirus basically put on us. And normally we do all this in person, face to face. We're in a big room and it's noisy. And I have learned a lot from this experiment. I've had an amazing experience with it. I've learned a lot, and we now have a bunch of tools that we're going to use going forward, no matter what the future. And I just want to thank all the participants of the workshop before we even start, because it's been an amazing adventure for me. Okay, and I'm really looking forward to hearing these presentations. So there you have it.
And with that, we'll move on to our group from Italy, building an interactive castle. So take it away, guys.
Perfect. So let me share the screen.
Have you ever casually, very casually, walked to the tiny streets of Ferrara? If you haven't, take a plane right now, and seeing the Stancy Castle, you said,
"Wow! That's beautiful!"
Well, of course, that's because one of the beauties of a city. Wait. Are you trying to steal it? You slackers, do it yourself!
Let's build it!
So after it, let me go back to the actual presentation. So hello everyone. We are 13 students from the Roiti High School of Ferrara. Sorry. During the school, we usually attend a club called Hands-on Physics, where we do projects related with physics and engineering. This summer, we wanted to spend time together while making a cool project, and we decided to go for an interactive model of the Castle of Ferrara, one of the main symbols of our city. We decided to build this project because we wanted, for the first time, to integrate in this international program that is the IDW, something special for us and for our small city. Another feature of this project is its complexity and its number of components, which allow us to work all together in a big group, divided in smaller teams, each one covering a specific topic. And now I'm going to leave the word to the other team. So go ahead, structure team.
Okay, so we are the structure team. I'm Chiara.
I'm Ellen.
I'm Penny.
I'm Alice.
And our goal was to build a scale model of the castle, symbol of our city, Ferrara in Italy, the Stancy Castle. One of our objectives was to make it as realistic as possible, making it fit to the spaces and the situation it will be exposed. We started realizing a first prototype made of cardboard to verify the dimensions and build an idea that has been always abstract for us, because we didn't want to make it too big.
To build the castle, we decided to use polystyrene, as it is light, stable, easy to model, and water resistant. Once choosing the material, there was the challenge of how to cut it. In fact, we used utility knives and homemade hot blades, but they weren't the perfect choice. We understood that we really needed hot knives. So thanks to relatives and friends, we got 4 of them. Then our brains totally melted making the measurements. In fact, we had to use maths after months of quarantine, and that was a total drama.
Yeah, and furthermore, the pieces we cut didn't even fit perfectly. But anyway, once we understood how to cut the pieces, we tried to glue them together, trying different types of glue, like Vinavil, Attack, or Bostik 99, which unfortunately corroded the polystyrene. So after many attempts, we found out our savior,
Mr. Polymax!
Yeah, and yeah, the real problem is how to take it off our hands because they were completely glued. In fact, like one morning, we stayed 20 minutes with our hand, like under hot water, and it didn't work. So yeah, that was a great problem.
After 2 weeks of intense work under the sun, rain, Italian discussion, moments of craziness and moments of joy, we got a structure that satisfies us. At the end, we worked on the decoration and the details. And during our work, we interacted a lot with other teams, especially with the water group.
So, we are the water group from the Interactive Castle project, and we are
Riccardo, Marcello,
Sara,
and Francesco, again. So our main objective was to build the pools and the fountains that were to represent the moat of the castle. It came with its own set of challenges that we'll look at in the next slide. There were the challenges about the pools that were, at first, we thought about making them of plexiglass, but then we found another material that was polycarbonate. But there was the other problem that the water was too heavy and bend the structure. So the other challenge was to make it resistant. And so we built walls to make it resistant. And they weren't watertight either. So the solution was to put a lot of silicone in. Finding the right model for the fountains was also a challenge that we managed to do by taking a Penn's cup, a Marcus Penn's cup, and drilling a hole onto it so that the shape of the fountain could make kind of a rose with a flower at the top. Another challenge was to control the pump that was too powerful at first. Even by splitting the flow in two, we had to halve the voltage. And for the halving of the voltage, obviously, it comes as a challenge to another group, which is the electronics group. But the final product came out as this, with the modes and the fountains working, at least.
We are the electronics group, and we have the goal to build a circuit and write a program to run the interactive part of the castle. We decided to use the ultrasonic sensor for the input for our system because they have quite a wide range. And we have some issue with them because this morning one decided to stop working. And we also build a small circuit to control the pump and the light strip because the Arduino cannot supply too much current to the pump or the LED. Another thing that we had to build was the drawbridge, which caused lots of trouble because we don't use any ready-made part, but we decided to use to construct everything by ourselves, and this caused a lot of issues. Okay.
Yeah. We have to thank David because he helped a lot with the old LED strips that weren't working.
One of the biggest discovery that this project brought to us is the magic word of CAD. Francesco and I has a role in this project, and thanks to the teaching of Chi and Charles, we started learning the basics of CAD, of 3D modeling, and discovering that working on a drawing before actually build it has been like one of our bless, and is for sure something that we will carry on us in our future project. And yes, it's something pretty obvious, but better late than never. So this is what we came up.
All right, so we have a lot of plans for our future because everyone is really interested in our castle. Everyone who has been involved in it showed admiration and will to help. Many teachers from high schools and universities would like to show it to the public, hopefully one day inside the real castle, but for now it will be exposed in our school. In the future, there might be a collaboration with Ente Valli of Ferrara, which is an organization that does a medieval festival in our city. And by now, we did an interview with a journalist that could be published in a newspaper.
Yeah, and before ending, we would like to thank a few people that helped us during these weeks.
Yeah, our biggest thanks have to go to Chris Meyer, Ed Moriarty, David Uwatsuki, Teacher Smith, Yashis, all the M.I.T and Unifa students and volunteers who are making the project possible.
Yeah, and also to the Edgerton Center, MIT, to Prof. Roberto Calabrese in the physics department, the University from Ferrara, and to Prof. Donato Selleri for the support.
Yeah, and finally, a special thanks goes to our teachers. Maria Cristina Trevisoi, who stayed by our side all along and hosted us for 2 entire weeks. And Daniela Rizzieri, Serena Parma, Donatella Magri, who supported and helped us a lot. Thanks.
So these are some links if anyone would like to, I don't know, contact us or anything else. And then a last picture, a last picture, and thank you for everyone for listening to us and for our presentation.
Okay, so we are going to show you the real model, but before we have a surprise for you. Okay, so as the teacher was showing you, okay.
Anyway, this is all, I think.
I'm blown away by both the video and the surprise at the end and everything else. Great job, guys. I will not say anything more because we very quickly have to move on because we're running quite late at this point. But I'm super excited, guys. That was amazing. I'm going to pass it on to our, I'm sorry, Ed, I'm going to cut you off. I'm going to pass it on to our next group.